welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to yet another episode of the earlyBYTES Show video podcast. I'm your host, Jared Red-Eye Dunn, and I'm joined today by Jeremy Lawman Lamont.
Jeremy, dramatic pause, Lawman Lamont.
Is that not the most, dramatic intro music you've ever heard in your life?
It was, it has a beat. I could twerk to that.
That is the main theme for the game we're playing tonight, Albion Online. It's a very serious song for a not-so-serious-looking game. But it is a serious game. I don't know. This game is kind of weird. So, it reminds me a lot of, let's say, Ultima Online and EVE Online and Clash of Clans.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Well, you're with me in the first two anyway.
All right. So this guy is definitely wants you to pay us. So I just thought that was pretty fun. Okay. So it's a medieval online RPG. Let's kill that music. It's making me really tense.
Too awesome. Too awesome.
It's just too amazing, guys. So in medieval online RPG, whatever thing, actually looks a lot like Torchlight. Let's say that too. Let's throw Torchlight into the blender with the rest of this.
All right.
But it has some unique elements that a lot of other MMOs don't have, which the previous MMOs that I talked about do. So your character has equipment. When you die, the equipment falls to the ground. I don't know about this money. Well, we'll find out right now. That you can form guilds. I don't seem to be able to store money, so I'm guessing that does not fall to the ground. You can form guilds. Guilds can capture territory. We can actually pop open the map. So you can see we're down here with this very stylized, beautiful map. And there's territory things going on up here. I don't know. This game in these areas outside the green zones, let's call them. I actually think that's what they're officially called. Is open PvP. So if you're out here, you're fair game. And the economy is entirely player driven. So there is, as far as I can tell, no store to speak of. Well, I take that back. You can buy some of this basic stuff, but you can also... No, sorry, this is all crafting. You craft everything. Everything's crafted, as far as I can tell. So it's all player driven. You craft up duplicates, I guess, because if you die, you lose it. It also breaks. You can see my stuff is starting to break down here, so I was going to go repair that in town here.
So
neat.
A couple of things strike me about this game just right off the bat. It seems that it is a little more straightforward, I guess. I mean, the characters all have big icons with the names over the top of them, and on that map that you were seeing, everything is divided into little areas, and there's gold icons
Even
and
here.
production icons and stuff like that, and it seems... I mean, am I wrong about that? It seems like a lot of other MMOs try and sort of pull you into the game and say, hey, this is a real world. This seems to be fairly,
Yeah, no, they don't appear to care about that too much. And the other thing that has a lot of Ultima and EVE flavor to this, which you may seem like all these characters look simple, and they probably are similar, and they probably do at this low level, is classless, right? So you create a character, and you don't choose, I'm going to be a warrior, I'm going to be a paladin or a cleric or any of that jazz. You just start playing, and as you start doing, this is their destiny board, they call it. This is basically the skills that you can level up at. So as you start playing, you start to gain proficiencies by doing the task, right? So right now I'm using heavy armor. Let's say this heavy armor here, and you can see I have maybe not quite 2/3 of the way through the progression here. This is fame, is what they call it, to upgrade to the next setup of heavy armor, right? There's level 3 armor, I'm in level 2. But what I won't gain proficiency in doing this, you can see I've gained none, is whatever this light armor, medium armor is. So you can really customize your character just by being your character as opposed to choosing something specific. Which I really like this kind of system. I really like to see when I use melee weapons. I get better in melee weapons. This is very Ultima. Not quite the same, because this just unlocks it level by level, as Ultima was like point by point, but still very similar in the way you progress.
There's a lot of lines.
There's a lot of lines.
It seems like a lot. Is there not that many? Maybe it was just me.
Well, and they all kind of... That was completely the wrong key. They all kind of progress down. Like, so if I go here, when I get this, whatever this weapon mastery is, basically, journeyman warrior weapons, now I'll be able to do any of these warrior weapons. So here's shield, here's sword, axe, what is this, mace? Yeah. Hammer is probably two-handed, I'm guessing.
All right.
Crossbows. If I go this way, under bows, you can get spears, which I actually kind of fully regret not doing bows now. But you know what? We're gonna change that right now. It's literally as simple as going and equipping the right weapon. So let's do that now. Boom. All right. Now we're an archer. So I didn't get any worse at archery because I was both journeyman or whatever. I just don't have any progress towards. See here, I haven't made progress on warrior, but I want to use spears.
Right.
I love spears. Anyway, so it's really cool. I really enjoy systems like that. I went out that way, so let's go out a different way. And we are in town, and we run kind of slow. There are mounts. There are both horses and like pack mules that you can use to carry stuff. So again, with everything being craftable, everything is also pretty much harvestable. So I can chop down a tree that's not chopped down already. So that's a rough log. You can go up to like tier 2 is this birch logs, whatever. Different higher level gear uses higher level equipment or resources, of course. It's pretty simple. We can hunt for animals. I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way, with archery. I don't know what any of these skills are, but we're living the dream.
Well, let's break down your original assessment of this. So you mentioned EVE Online, and I'm assuming that's because of the sort of player-based economy. All of the things that you're hunting or gathering.
And more importantly, what really strikes me about EVE Online was, in some of the nullsec space, you can large guilds, large corporations in that game can capture territory and hold it. They can build space stations, etc. This game has housing. I don't know what these numbers mean, by the way. None of that makes any sense to me. But guilds and players can build housing. You can build towns. You can create player-created. I did not mean to shoot that rabbit, but I did anyway. You can create your own city, which is very, akin to, let's call it EVE Online space stations. And that's what really strikes me about this game. Similar about this game.
All right. So that's the EVE component to it. Ultima, clearly, there's the isometric overhead view, the kind of the general interface and countenance, I guess I would say, of the game. You mentioned Clash of Clans.
The look. So this game has one other really kind of strange feature that I kind of hope catches on because it's kind of unique. It's multi-platform in the sense that they're bringing it to PC, Mac, Linux. Okay, Steam's been doing that for a while. iOS and Android. So you can log in on Android on a tablet. I assume it wouldn't let me download it on my phone. So you can log in on a tablet, right? And it's not a different game. It's your same character. Now, will you be? I don't know. Will that be comfortable playing everything? Hardcore PvP. Who knows? But the fact that
I'm going to check it out right now.
You should. The fact that you can, I can go on travel for say work and just pick up my tablet and my iPad or whatever and jump in and play the same game is a really cool feature, to be honest. Let's see. So these are quests.
Well, it doesn't appear to be on the Google Play Store right at the moment, but I'm sure it is probably forthcoming.
And it may. Quest is not finished. And it may not be yet. You may have to download a beta. Oh, look, I actually don't have an Android tablet, so that won't really help me. But yeah.
Well, I'll keep searching. I'll see if I can find something.
It's a super neat idea. I really appreciate the feature. We've talked about this a lot on the Game Byte Show. about sort of cross-platform play and how we enjoy that and how we wish it would come more and more. Now, typically we're talking on games between PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, which has very little cross-platform play. But I mean, this is just one more route that you can go, right? You can, the mobile market is huge, so good on these guys for kind of thinking of this idea.
Right.
I super appreciate
for sure
interesting ideas. Okay, so here's a little bit harder enemies. We're gonna see if we can get some killing on. I don't know. I have skills. Again, I don't really know what any of them are. It looks like I can be interrupted though, so that's kind of neat. And by neat, I mean terrible. But I really want that spear. I seem to be losing. I seem to be losing real bad, so I'll go ahead and heal. That's alright. Yeah, we got
So
this.
Definitely it's a floating numbers damage system, I can
see.
see.
It's definitely a floating numbers damage system. He's taking damage from like reflective armor and all kinds of silly things like that. One of the things that I didn't show it off real well, but when you do crafting... Oh, I've damaged my cape! Well, I'm going to kill this fox. I should not have killed this fox. It's going to kill me. That's embarrassing. When you go to craft your armor, there's like different sort of slots that you can customize. So you can sort of change the way your armor works. This one has like hit points regeneration and I don't know, threat generation reduction or something. But you can upgrade this. Like I upgraded the hit points on one of them and the health on one of them and stuff like that. So you can really kind of go through and really kind of customize your character really uniquely, which I really appreciate that you do it as you play the game, not when you first start. Obviously, the game has very low. You can't even really see, but like on the login menu, you can see like this guy has no real face. Right? Like, it's for a tablet, right? Like, so it's like he's like polygons counted in the dozens, not in the thousands or whatever.
Right.
But it looks stylish.
So
I like
this is early access. Does this qualify as early access or just early development?
So it's in beta now. I guess you can call it. Pretty much everything's early access anymore. But
yeah.
Ooh, I've never gone to like the third zone. Let's go. So it is in beta. You do have to buy in via a founders program, which they have a few tiers. I think the lowest is 30. So this is similar to we've played before MechWarrior Online, which started with the founders program. We've played other games that have a similar feature. They did recently announce, for a while they were saying it was going to be free to play at launch, but they have actually gone back on that, which is interesting. Maybe a little bit of a sign of what the market looks like right now, but it will actually be a pay to play. So there is no subscription as far as I'm aware, but you will have to pay upfront to purchase the game. Similar to, like, say, how Guild Wars 2 does it, right? You buy the game and then you play as much as you want. There's no monthly fee per se.
So I found the Android client. It's on their website, so you do not get it through the Google Store.
I'll
You get it directly from them.
Because maybe I could play it on my phone at work.
I am kind of interested these days in, we're getting to the point with mobile where there's at least some parity with, more sit-down experiences, kinds of things. I mean, television and TV consoles and PCs. I am really looking for more of that these days, so I'm kind of excited to look into this.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a simple game. This has become, I have a whole classification of games that I enjoy because I can sit there and play them while like kind of half-mindedly doing something else, quote unquote, like watching YouTube or like trying to figure out the bank or something. You know what I mean? Like, as of now, this is like that. Which EVE Online kind of starts out that way as well. When you're in the high security space or whatever, it's like, oh look, I can do whatever I want, and then suddenly you get into the low security space, and it's like every movement is basically spelling your doom, and you never know when you're going to die. But for now, anyway, it's very enjoyable. So it's going to have fully featured PvE. It's going to have fully featured PvP, open world PvP, no less, with player crafting, player cities, player housing. The furniture you put in the house actually changes, has like benefits. So it's pretty, but also sort of changes the bonuses or whatever that the house grants to you or whatever, which is fascinating. I don't know about this archery, man. It seems weak. I was wrecking face with my with my sword. Let's switch. Oh, I put my sword in the bank. What a noob. Whatever. We'll get this wolf hide out of disgust. Anyway, it's got a ton of stuff in it. I cannot verify whether or not that stuff is actually in it or not. But, the gameplay is solid. It's in beta now. I believe they pushed the release date back to mid-year. It was supposed to be like February, but I want to say I saw a news article that they pushed that back a little bit, which is fine. I'm beyond the point of caring when games release early. I'll just wait until they're ready. Except for when I don't, and I buy into them when they're in beta.
Yeah.
And so I believe it will also have... Ooh, look, I can run faster than him. But barely. It will also have... I don't know if there's a way to, see it somehow. Let's finish killing this fool before we... Let's see.
I'm kind of looking at some stuff on the website and seeing some of the multi... the party-based stuff. It seems to be a pretty fully featured...
Yeah, so you should get this game so we can
they say that all the players are hosted on one server. It's truly cross-platform, is what they say, and I don't know. It
looks fascinating. Any chance I get to pimp a game that plays and feels and has core mechanics similar to Ultima Online, I'm gonna do it, guys. That's just the facts. So I found this one. I don't know. I'd seen it. I guess I had seen it periodically here or there. Do trading for gold and stuff. So it will have a premium currency still, which is a little bit interesting. That seems to be more and more popular nowadays. I guess the gamer consensus is that's now okay, since nobody really raises a fuss about it.
Yeah. So not free to play either, right? So you pay...
I don't know if they've announced release prices yet. The lowest tier Founders Pack was $30, but it also came with 30 days of premium, and I thought I saw it in here somewhere. Well, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Somewhere it's going to tell me I have 30 days premium. It is true. I do have that. Ooh. I should find a guild. Do it here live on the GameBytes show.
our usual method.
They sound friendly. The Vikings. I love Vikings. We are looking for new members. Oh, they use TeamSpeak. Man, that's dedication.
Must be hirsute.
Anyway, so here we go. Yeah, here we go. Choose building. So we can build, smelter. Obviously, I don't have any resources to do it, but whatever. You can build. I assume that there are specific places you can build. Probably in the middle of this road is not one of them. However, it is definitely a thing, which I really appreciated in Ultima Online. You could go out, you could build your own little house and just be awesome. So I like that. My armor is steadily just dying over here. So let's kill this rabbit because we can. Makes us feel powerful. Always try to feel powerful.
You're a brute.
I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch. So here's a person. If we were in a PvP area, we could try to kill him. He'd probably kill us. And look, we can explore further into the twisted path. Anyway, that's really all I have to show. This game is one of those. It's an MMO, so I haven't got. Ooh. I have not.
Well, I am kind of curious. So, in the MMO-ness of it, So we've seen some character type classes, based on the weapons and stuff, and like you mentioned, the things that you do kind of define your abilities and your class, so to speak. Do we know if they have non-combat kinds of things? I mean, is this a bread baking?
For sure, there is farming, there is crafting. As far as I'm aware, you could probably do most crafting. In fact, I think they said any of the really rare materials that require combat, with the trading post, they expect the player-driven economy to take care of that. So if you're heavy into crafting and that's all you do, that you could make enough money through your profession to be able to buy the rare materials that you need to continue that profession. So whether that pans out, I don't know. Purchase an island? I don't understand why that's so cheap. I have that much, don't I? Fetch my inventory. I do. Let's buy an island. Let's do it. We're doing it right now.
Oh.
Yes, I want to travel on my island. It's going to be amazing. We even named it my island. There's a boat.
Instanced island system.
All right, so here you go. Here's your player housing. I bet I can build up here. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we can build here. I probably don't have the resources. Let's see if we can build a house. Live on the earlyBYTES show.
It seems like a pretty inexpensive island. I wonder what's wrong with it. It's probably a murder island.
It's a murder island. Oh, nice. So
they didn't tell you.
So there's actually like roaming wild like natives coming to like eat my bone marrow or something.
Level 80.
Okay, so here you go. I can put some wood into here. I dig this system where you place the building and then come back with the materials you need to build it. Okay. I like this game a lot. I just built a tent. I don't know how this turns into a tent, but we're going to go with it. But this is my island. Get off. Censored.
Nice.
I've been forgetting to use that. What is this bulletin board? Oh, I can add a co-owner. Look, I could type in. It's just waiting for you, man. Anyway, that's really cool. I'm super stoked about this. I could add visitors. I'd probably just make you a visitor. I don't want you in control of my island. Who's this bro? I didn't invite him. Alright. I guess he can stay if he'll let me get back.
This game is basically Animal Crossing.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
I hope you can decorate your house with cute wallpapers.
You know what? In fact, look here. Look here. I have... Where's the mail? Come here, mail. Aha! Because I'm a founder, I get a founder certificate.
But at this point, everybody's a founder, right?
Well, shut up. Yes.
All right. I just wanted to clarify.
But eventually, oh, the banks aren't linked. So I have to either run all the way back, or maybe I can like travel to my island. Maybe there's resources on the island that I can gather. I'd be okay with this. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to my island, Lothan's Island. Let's do this. Let's go cut some trees. The rest of the stream will be 6 minutes of me cutting down trees.
Just chopping things.
Chopping for days. No, really, that's all I'm doing for the rest of the night. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, I think this shows it off. Like, obviously, there's more to this game. We haven't seen the PvP. We have not seen big guild action or anything like that, or dungeons. I actually did a dungeon just before this. I probably should have saved it for the stream. It's exactly what you thought it was. It was a low-level zone, so I soloed it. It was a lot of fun. And by a lot of fun, I mean it was
right. Well, and in some sense, I mean, you think, well, hey, it's exactly what you would expect. But on the other hand, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Exactly.
And for a game in a pre-release state, it seems to be fairly feature complete. I mean, have you noticed any bugs, any missing pieces?
I have not.
Would you recommend at this point that somebody buy into this?
If you are interested in this game, feel free to go ahead and pick it up. I don't know what the pricing will be. I believe they did say in their announcement that it'll no longer be free to play, that people that have purchased it as founders, and there's not been a price increase, so that would be people that do purchase it as founders. the money they spent will not be more than, say, a new person, and I believe they even said it will be discounted. So if this is something that interests you, is a great time to jump in. I don't see a ton of people in the starting areas. I like that the trees actually disappear when you cut them down. It's a lot of fun. I've not run across any bugs that I'm aware of, so obviously they must not have been very big if I did. You can Alt-Enter to go full screen or not full screen. A lot of times that's kind of janky. It runs really smooth. Obviously I'm on a pretty beefy little computer, but it runs great on my laptop. So, if you have a lower end machine, I don't know what the actual specs are, if they've announced them or not, but I imagine your toaster could probably run it pretty proficiently. So, I would say if
they do have specs on the website.
Okay, great. So check those out before you buy it. Don't take my word for it. But I'd say if you're interested in this type of a game and this looks interesting, by all means, I would have no reservation saying it's feature complete enough and stable enough, so to speak, to go purchase now if you're interested.
Right.
So, Albion Online. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm literally just going to chop trees and fill up my house, which is probably kind of boring gameplay, but it feels really good to do. So, if that's your thing,
what are the opportunities to troll other characters? Have we explored that yet? Because that's
probably pretty heavily in the non noob zones. Now, when this island's empty because I own it, and I decree that it should be empty. But in the sort of open world, when I chop this tree down, it goes away. So you could theoretically just kind of harvest out an area. Although in the sort of combat maps, not the main cities, there's so many resources. I can't imagine it's a big issue. I'm going to chop down this giant tree. Yes, deforesting. Beyond that, I don't know what the trade system's like. I have not tried it. If there's ways to scam people, of course I would always be cautious of that. Anytime you're dealing with players, but I also haven't figured out if there's a way to sell equipment, to just a vendor, like a broker. Can I break it down for materials, or that's just something I kind of need to look up. There does look to be a pretty healthy wiki though, so if you don't like to fuss around and figure some of this stuff out for yourself, it looks like you could probably hit that up and find out in pretty short order.
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your sense of the, let's call it the money grubbiness of this game? Is it constantly hitting you up, or what's the... So
far, I haven't seen it too bad. Being a premium member, which, here it is, 27 days I have left, so you got 30 days, which is 2,500 gold. How much does that cost? Well, you won't be able to see this, but I can see it. It opened up a web browser. So 2,600 gold is $12.95. So if you want that 30-day, where'd it go? It wasn't here. 30 days. This is $12. That honestly feels a little
seems
high.
Fairly discretionary, though. I mean, it's.
However, it looks like you can, trade for gold. So I guess I put how much gold I want in here. So 237,000. I don't know how long that really takes to earn. Like I said, I've been playing for maybe 2.5 hours, and I have 23,000. I don't know. I spent some on a house.
Right.
So you kind of judge for yourself, but. So far, from what I can tell, I don't really see anything that costs gold other than premium membership, which you can see the benefits here. Actually increases your silver gain by quite a bit. So if you could double, 2370 is 2,500. I wonder if it means one or the other, or both. It just means one or the other. So you can buy your premium membership with in-game. So that's very similar to, say, EVE Online, where you can buy your subscription fee with the in-game Plex credits or whatever. So, yeah, if you play enough, you'll never need to buy gold, apparently, is what we just found out. So, perfect. Saw it here first on the Game Bytes Show. You probably didn't see it here first on the Game Byte Show, but whatever. So as far as I don't know, it doesn't seem too grubby. It hasn't ever asked me. I haven't ever tried to do something that's like, pay real gold for that. I'm not really sure what, again, other than premium membership. I don't see where there's no skins, and maybe they'll add those later or something to spend real money on. So we will see. I like it a lot. I honestly feel like I'm going to play this one a while. I love that it works on my laptop, so I can just kind of play it anywhere. On the tablet, I need to test that. If it downloads,
I just installed the tablet client.
I just had this idea. I still have this old, I say old, like second or third generation Kindle Fire. If it downloads from the webpage, maybe I could log in from there. Further testing required. We'll report back, but no, I'll be in online. That's it. That's the stream. Get out.
Yeah.
No, if there's no other questions, I like it a lot. I didn't see any questions out of the chat unless the chat broke again. But I'd love for people to pick this up and play with me. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. So,
well, I downloaded the client, so that's the first.
That is the first step, and unfortunately, I closed my outro music, so we're just not even going to worry about it. And it's only got that one song, and it is so like bombastic and, and over the top. I don't want to play it anyway. So anyway,
right.
Thank you all for joining us on the Game Byte Show. This has been a lovely episode. Hopefully, we can get back into the weekly streaming. I know, Jeremy, you streamed last week, which is great. Thank you for covering me. I was out of town.
That's right.
Some of you may have noticed.
Destiny Sparrow Racing.
I no longer have a green screen. I have a very dark green wall, which apparently does not work for a green screen. So a little change in venue, but hopefully that isn't too big of a deal. Internet seems to be holding up for me. That was the only thing I was worried about. But if you enjoyed this, as I'm sure you did, you're supposed to be music, guys. Just hum music silently to yourself. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. We'll get content ID'd from that humming. Check out our audio podcast. We just recorded our 2015 Game of the Year podcast yesterday. Hopefully that'll go up tomorrow?
Hopefully. I'm just, it's all edited. We're just waiting for it to post. Actually, you know what? It's up right now. As of this recording, our Game of the Year podcast is live.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here on the Game Bytes video podcast. So check out that GameBytesShow.com. Download that episode. It's so good. It's like 2 episodes in one because it's twice as long as normal. But we talk about some amazing games. What do we talk about? We talked about Kerbal Space Program. We talked about Metal Gear Solid a lot. The Witcher a lot.
We talk about all the best games of the year, but you'll have to tune in to find out.
Some good discussion. We talked about the games Jeremy liked, but nobody's talking about those.
Yeah.
When you listen to that, or when you finish watching this, and you want to come to my island that I have created here, and am standing next to a rock at, hit us up on Twitter. You can find us collectively at Game Byte Show. You can find me individually at red_I.
You can find me at Jeremy_Lamont. And you can find our companions. Legrand is at Legrand, Legrande, and Dale is at Count_Elmdor.
That's excellent. If you are watching this on Twitch, you are the best. You can find our older videos over on youtube.com/GameByteShow. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're the best. You can find our stream weekly, typically Mondays, 10 Central, sometimes more, maybe more. I don't know. But you can find that over at twitch.tv/GameByteShow. If you subscribe or follow, I think subscribe is where you pay. Don't pay. We don't want money. Well, we want money, but you don't have to pay. Just follow and you can get email alerts. And when we go live, you'll know and you can come join us, and it'll be amazing. So do all those things. I am your host, Jared Red-Eye Dunn, and I'm signing out for the night. Thank you.
Good night.
There's no outro tonight. There's no music. Bye.
Do 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 do.